Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be wrapping up my looks at the DC Multiverse Teen Titans wave with the Collect-to-Build Beast Boy figure, or in this case, Beast Man. And yes, I said that wholeheartedly knowing it was a Masters of the Universe reference. That said, it's of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who I think deserve a little bit of slack for this one because it is based off the source material. Alright? They might not get it right all the time, but sometimes they do, and this time they did. So, yeah, while I do understand that this is probably not your ideal version of Beast Boy and you would have rather have gotten, say, a Gorilla Beast Boy, such as myself, especially since we have that awesome Gorilla Grodd mold, this is what he looks like in the comic. So, yeah, that said, if you are a fan of Simp Beast Boy, that's all skinny and small and stuff, that was a Walmart exclusive gold label that wasn't too difficult to find. I mean, I got one, and I only have one Walmart that carries the stuff. So, with that being said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, why don't we cut right to the chase, get into meat and taters of this review, and take a look-see at all Beast Boy has to offer in terms of accessory, and he comes with nothing. So, why don't we take a closer look at Beast Boy, who looks very squatchy in here. Very decently sized collect-to-build figure, by the way. He's chunky. He is super chunky. I will say, this leg popped off on me as I was recording this review, so be mindful of that. But other than that, it's not nearly as bad as that crazy hulking Bane with the Scarecrow on his back, as far as the leg popping off. It just so happened that it popped off. As far as articulation goes, its head is on a decent joint, but the hair is so stiff that it won't move. Maybe you could heat it up and get more range out of that, but look at that. It looks like a were-ape or something, like a cross between a werewolf and an ape-man. His head will also rotate and tilt. And if you're not careful, you will pop this off too. The shoulders will go out to the side about that far. It's got that rotator cap in there. Plenty of range out of that. You can rotate all the way around. I did actually have to do a little bit of filing on the pegs. Kind of like the Darkest Night we looked at last week. That big purple scary looking monster thing from the Dark Knight's Metal stuff there. I did have to do that on this guy. But other than that, the shoulder's pegged in nice and easy. He's got a bicep twist that works just fine. He's got a single elbow, but you get a ton of range out of it. You get 90 degrees out of that, and he's a big fella. Now, it's not cut the best, but it's kind of hidden because it is on the back. But you can bend the heck out of that. That's impressive. Wrists are on hinges, so they will hinge back about that far. In about that far, and then they will rotate. No alt hands. I would have liked like another fist and a claw hand, but whatever. The shoulder also does not have the clicky hinge joint for some reason. Torso doesn't crunch for crap. It's pretty bad. It will move back, I guess, but what the heck is the point in that? Legs will kick out to the side a little bit. The hip joints are pretty flaccid on this guy. I'm not going to lie. They don't like to stay out most of the time, if any. He can kick forward and back. But again, the hips are not the best on this guy, but his diaper is so tight. It pretty much locks him in place, so you don't got to worry about him falling down because of that. He does have a decent thigh swivel in there. But again, be mindful of that. You could pop it out. He does have a double knee. Hairy monkey legs there. I will say that cut's kind of unsightly. Just a little bit because you got that sharp edge there, but it's not super deep. It's not the worst thing ever. And the feet are just on hinges. It'll go back. If you put some elbow grease in it, you can get them back forward. And then he's got toe joints, which aren't really worth a darn. Kind of loose. And then he's got the ankle rocker. So, not a bad figure, really, but not knocking my socks off either. I like him, but he's not my favorite out of this wave. I think the two ladies are probably the actual best figures out of the wave. They have really good articulation. They have accessories. Raven coming with the most out of anyone in this wave. Most useful ones, I guess. And there are versions of the characters that people are probably going to be more lenient towards. Whereas this, it's either you like it, like me, or you don't, like probably 90% of the internet. Even though it is based off the source material, people like little teeny tiny Beast Boy. So, I get it though. I grew up with little teeny tiny Beast Boy, voiced by the man himself, Greg Sipes, who I guess is kind of a weirdo hipster now, but who isn't? Who isn't? At any rate, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Beast Boy alongside the entirety of the Teen Titans wave, starting off with good old Nightwing, then Raven, the daughter of Trigon herself. Then we have the Arsenal, and to wrap things up, we got Donna Troy. So, yeah, a pretty decent set of figures. I feel like that Rebirth Cyborg is really going to help round things out, and if you were able to get her, the Collector Edition Starfire will definitely help round out this team here. So I'm very stoked to have all these characters and have one somewhat cohesive team. I know McFarlane's not really known for that, but getting them out of the way here. Let's try and get them out of the way without having a cataclysm. Because toe joints, right? Okay, he is standing. Good old toe joints. Can't live with them. Can't live with them. If you think you can, you're stupid. That said, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulith, right there. And of course, the infamous Element Spawn, who's not going to be towering over everyone today, because of course, Beast Boy is a collect-to-build figure. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and look, I completely understand if this version of good old Beast Boy is not your cup of tea. However, if that is the case, there was a Walmart exclusive gold label version of Beast Boy that was much, we'll say, smaller and probably more appealing to a lot of folks out there, that was relatively easy to obtain. I mean, I was able to get one, for crying out loud, and I only have one Walmart that is local that carries gold label DC Multiverse figures. Heck, the Walmart close to my house doesn't carry DC Multiverse at all, so there's some food for thought for you. However, I will also say that this version of Beast Boy is accurate to the source material that this Teen Titans wave is based off from, so you can't really give the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys that much crap, unless you want to give them crap for not giving us a gorilla version of Beast Boy. Then have at it, because I really want that, and I'm surprised they haven't given it to us, given the fact that they have that awesome Gorilla Grodd body buck to work with. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this review, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.